Hi everyone. Sorry this is late. I had some final tests. Tomorrow is literally my last final test. Well, a Wednesday, which I'm probably going to post it on Wednesday the 11th. So basically today is my final test. I didn't have the footage of catching a shiny Froakie, even though I had the option to literally make it shiny. And I didn't have footage of my Pokemon evolving. I made a reasonable team without having all birds. So I only kept Pidgeotto. And I got a Dratini from this random person I battled. So I literally beat them up very easily. Team Rocket's kind of, how do I say this? Team Rocket's kind of weak. So the Mimikyu and the the Mimikyu and the Marini are the actually hard ones. Koffing and the Ekans, they're very easy to deal with. So I decide to double team on the Mimikyu here. And then I decide that I should probably switch because I'm like very low. I decide to switch in my shiny Frogadier. Mimikyu double teams, but my gust still hits, it does nothing. Because I realized that the Pidgeotto has to be a Mega Pidgeot to be a special attacker. So I decided to lick the Mimikyu and kill it. And Pidgeotto quick attacked the Koffing. So I decided to think, what should I do for the Marini? And I don't get agility because Raboot's already very fast. Frogadier gets 666 XP. The Koffing poisons me, that's like a 30% chance. So I decide to quick attack the Marini with both my Pokemon. So Toxic Spikes. It sets up Toxic Spikes and I'm starting to worry, so I decide to Water Pulse the Koffing and quick attack the Marini. Oh wait, no. Sorry. I decide to Gust the Marini. It has a Berry Juice, so it's basically back to full HP. So I decide to lick it and try and get a paralysis before my Frogadier dies. So I decide to switch out Pidgeotto and into my Raboot because it's already paralyzed, so it doesn't get any more statuses. So I decide to switch in Dottler because it's a Psychic type and Bug type. So I decide to Confusion Flame Charge it, and it finally finishes it off. And the Meowth actually talks. They're like, you will regret this, but they don't show up for the rest of the video. That may be a spoiler, sorry. So they're like, Team Rocket blasting off again. So this Aqua admin Aqua Grunt in the Rock Ton or the Mount Moon was the hardest one. I was kind of under-leveled though. The only Pokemon that was on level was Raboot, so I decided to switch it in and just use 2 workups, and I'm getting very scared because if it has a good physical move, I'm dead. So even a special attack would probably kill me. I decide to double kick it. It doesn't knock it out and take down. I live in 6 HP. And Frogadier learns around. I decide to get rid of the cheese and get rid of Smokescreen. That was a bad move overall. Should have waited for Brendan until then. They send out a Wilmer after that, and I start doing stupid moves like sending out Dottler, even though Dottler will probably die if it hits an Aston. Yeah. It didn't die though because Dottler is like the Metapod of Galar, so it has good defenses. So I send out Dratini to Dragon Rage it because I know Wilmer has like a lot of HP. So Water Pulse doesn't confuse me, thankfully. That was the hardest fight I ever had. Well, Brendan may be the hardest fight in the Mount Moon, but this was the hardest secondary fight. I choose the Helium Fossil, of course. This person chose the Dome Fossil. So now I decide to think what I'm gonna do for Brendan. So he's like, it's been forever since our last battle. Let's battle now. And I don't know if the Grovyle is the Grovyle or it's the Zorua. So I decide to take my chances. And I decide to Max Flare the Grovyle. And he Dynamaxes his Trapinch. And that was his Zorua. Now I'm worried. So hopefully I'm crossing my fingers for confusion. It doesn't. And Frog gets O-code. I should have not used the Max Flare like an idiot. Water Pulse's move got weakened. I decided to Twister and Max Knuckle. So I was hoping for flinches over and over. So I got no flinches now, but Pidgeotto lives. Oh my god, Pidgeotto lives. Okay, I decided to Twister again and Max Flare the Trapinch. And crit kills it. And then Twister flinches. The Grovyle comes out and I decide to Flame Charge it. And it O-Co's. So I decide to Twister, hoping for another flinch. And it gets the flinch! So, I decide to double kick. Yeah. Okay. Pidgeotto used Twister and then Whalmer was like, I'm gonna cheese it and use Aqua Ring, but it didn't give enough healing. I double quick attacked and I beat Brendan by the skin of my teeth. If he used Max Quick on my reboot, I would have probably died. So I made the Azelf near Cerulean City shiny and caught it with the Master Ball to get there. I tried to catch it with Great Balls, but you can probably imagine how that turned out. So I decided to name this like OMG, I can tell my viewers that I found a random shiny Azelf. But I decided to tell you guys the truth. So Professor Oak battles me, but gives him the Mega Ring. And then he's like, I was the past champion. I will battle you now. You're probably wondering why I didn't show you the battle with Misty. Well, I forgot to battle Misty. So I Flame Charges the Pikachu, hoping for no static, and I low kick the Eevee, and then I realized Eevee is like not heavy at all. So I just had to Water Pulse the Pikachu and Quick Attack the Pikachu. So I decide that I'm gonna let Pidgeotto learn Feather Dance. I get rid of Twister. I am keeping Sand Attack. So Eevee used Dig on my Frogadier, thankfully not my reboot. So I double kick the Eevee, which kills it, and I Water Pulse the Charmeleon. I accidentally get rid of Flame Charge. No! Now I have to use Ember, even though Reboot's a physical attacker. Ember is special. So it 2-hit KOs the Charmeleon, and it gets confused. I didn't get Water Pulse from Misty, it was level up. So Charmeleon hits itself, and I decide that I'm gonna Ember the Ivysaur because I got rid of Flame Charge. So Frog and Razor Leaf just misses both of my Pokemon. So I decide to Lick and Ember. Ember crits and takes out the Ivysaur, thank God. So I can't actually get a paralysis because it protected, so I couldn't lick. So I lick and headbutt the boy turtle. It freezes me with an ice punch. Well, I guess that's fair because Razor Leaf missed. 95 accuracy. So I decided to let Frog go down. And then I decided to send in Pidgeotto for a double quick attack. And it takes it out. So if I probably didn't go with quick attack for my Pidgeotto, it would probably been ice punch in the face. So he gives me a life orb. And then in the same place, well, up a little in the same place, my rival battles me. I thought Professor Oak replaced him, but nope, he's an extra battle. So I water pulse the Corvisquire down. It's not a knight yet, it's a squire. So I decide to send a Reboot and quick attack. It's very close to evolving. So for Drizzle, I decide to stay in and double kick. Or headbutt, I mean. Terry Look lowers my attack and special attack. Terry Look is basically plain ice. So I'm very close. 5 more levels and I'm a Cinderace. So I decide to think, what should I do after? Should I switch? I just say I should probably keep it in. But then it scary faces me. So it lowers my speed. And well, I decide to have none of that and switch into Dottler. But it scary faces again. I struggle bug it, but Dragon Tails into my shiny Azelf, yeah. And I kill it with the confusion. So Attendant Toxel, and I kill with the confusion. And I defeat him. I have Fire Punch on my Azelf because Fire Punch is coverage. So I battle him on the SSN and forgot to battle Misty. So I cleared out everywhere, so I'm a Pidgeot now. And Orbeetle grew to Dottler, Pidgeotto, Bertini, Reboot, and Frog, or Frogadier, evolved. So I have a Pidgeot, an Orbeetle, a Cinderace, a Greninja, and a Dragonair. And the shiny Azelf still. So my footage freezes here. So I'm just gonna let you listen to my background music. Please wish me luck on my test on the 11th of May 2021. So it finally unfreezes, so the toxicity toxics me, and Venom drenches me, and I Saber Power 2 times, and it swaggers me. Why lower my attack just to raise it again? So I decide it toxic me, so I should probably get out. I didn't learn Future Sight because it's a terrible move. So I send out my shiny and I confusion. It does a chunk out of my health. So I confusion, it scary faces. So I decide to Fire Punch, showing off a new move. So he sent out Inteleon again, so I decide to send out Orbeetle. So I decide to Psychic. And then I decide to Struggle Bug. I should probably Struggle Bugged first, because then Water Pulse wasn't done that much. Well, my footage freezes a little bit here too. So I think it's just for a few seconds. Yeah, I was testing out new settings because I didn't like how I move. So I had to use my WASD keys to move, not my arrow keys. And I'm used to using my arrow keys. So I was trying to change them, but it didn't work. Yeah. My god, why do I have these many freezes? Well, funny story, I'm actually, yeah, Radical Red. I'm actually doing a playthrough of Radical Red, and I'm just like getting a knowledge of it, and it's actually very, very, very hard. So I decided, and I went to the cut trees, and it said, you need a badge to do this. And then I realized, like, oh my god, I forgot to beat Misty. I'm beating her in my high level 30s and 40s. So I confusion everything. Except for when I get low, which is soon. I uproar the Palpitoad because confusion did nothing. So I'm getting low. So she's super potions, but I'm very rarely going to use items in battle because I'm used to not doing them. You know, in my challenge runs, I'm used to not using items. So I decided to send in Dragonair with a Wishy-Washy. And I have Slam, Dragon Tail, Dragon Rage, and Thunder Wave. Dragon Rage does barely anything because it's Dynamaxed. And it does a lot of my health with a max strike. I decided to sack it and Dragon Rage again. It max Flutterbys, but it doesn't lower my special attack because, well, I'm dead. So I decided to send in my Cinderace and Headbutt Flinch. No. So my Cinderace gets annihilated by her Wishy-Washy. So her Wishy-Washy is back to normal. I send out my Orbeetle to Psychic it. It got Psychic way quicker than my, my Azelf. That's why I'm using it more than my Azelf. So I Psychic the Barraskewda, but it Quick Claw activates. So I decide to Psychic it again. It's already faster than me. So the Quick Claw didn't even matter. So for her next Pokemon, Starmie, I decide I'm gonna stay in and Struggle Bug. But she's faster than me and kills me with a brine. So I decide to send in Frog, and I don't have Battle Bond yet. I have to go to Celadon. So I decide to cut because I thought it cut. I thought it was because none of my Pokemon U cut, but it's because I didn't have the badge. I can use the HM even though I haven't talked to my Pokemon. That's a cool fact about this ROM hack. So I decided to send out my Pidgeot because Smackdown did nothing. So it minimizes again. So I decided to Max Strike because it can't miss. It Thunder Waved me and I got paralyzed. This Starmie is literally hacking. It brines me for nothing and I finally hit a Max Strike, which does all of it because of a crit. That's what Misty gets. That's what she gets. So I got the Cascade Badge and Water Pulse, so I can unteach or replace and reteach Water Pulse on my Frogadier or Greninja. So I decided to send out Greninja against the Heliolisk and Dig. Parabolic Charge thankfully misses. I crit one-shot it. Oko means one-hit KO for the people who don't know. So he sends out a Raichu, and I'm actually hoping for a non-Alolan form. He Dynamaxes and I dig. The Max Overgrowth. I dig his shook-up area like makes it like 1 HP of damage, but he gets his Dynamax stalled because I dig, and he only hits 1 max over the growth. So I think that's grass now because Raichu can learn grass. So, but I kill it, and well, that was his only decent Pokemon. Toxtricity is actually very good, but it's not good if the other person has a ground type move. Dig is a ground type move, so he's dead. So Electrotarian gets set back up again, and it's an Ampharos. I was crossing my fingers hoping it wasn't a Mega. Well, it wasn't, and it's half HP, well, a quarter HP, and I switch into my Cinderace because I'm not dealing with static confusion. Yeah, this Quick Claw activates too. What's with the Quick Claw activations? Literally, Misty and Lieutenant Surge. So I didn't learn Substitute on my Frogadier. Greninja. I keep calling it Frogadier because it's named Frog. Bye!